we're in a moment where all eyes have been on the worker, and you have a podcast called Black Work Talk. During the pandemic, we couldn't hear enough of essential workers this, essential workers that. Historically, groups, Black and brown women disproportionately who've been ignored, overlooked, taken for granted, whether it's nurses, whether it's service workers, all kinds of workers. And now we're emerging out of that pandemic, knock on wood, of course. And that language is sort of falling by the wayside where, and instead you're getting this right-wing narrative of, well, workers just don't want to work anymore. Well, these workers, they've gotten a paycheck from the government for too long. We're talking about unemployment benefits. And that's why restaurants can't find wait staff. What is your response to that, obviously, sort of right-wing narrative, and what do you think is actually going on?
You mean my response after I turn the TV off, or before I turn the TV off response? But seriously though, I mean, in some ways facts don't matter because they aren't driven by facts. Mm-hmm. But the facts say that we're having a long-term shortage, because what normally happens is that if someone can't find a worker, you would offer more wages, and all of a sudden people come. Mm-hmm. And what's happened in most situations is that simply that because of kind of the first shock being pandemic, now the second shock being the response to and people going back into restaurants and so forth, and all of a sudden, oh damn, I need somebody. Let me find somebody. You can't find someone on day one. You offer more wages than day two. Day three, people show up. Mm-hmm. It actually works, doesn't it? And so a shortage exists where you increase wages, but you can't find people. And that's not the dominant experience we're finding here at all. So first of all, the facts they lay out there aren't accurate. They would be surprised, by the way. They wouldn't be driven by facts, but this time, for sure, the facts don't align with what they're saying. Second thing is that really we shouldn't be driven by some question of how low can we drive wages to get people to work. The question should be, how do we have a better society? Which means that people have good working conditions. They have power over those conditions. That should be the starting point. And what drives the kind of false narrative that they're bringing is simply that we might have said we ended slavery, but can we get back to as close as possible? And given that's the goal, to get back to as close as possible, they want to drive wages down as low as they can and wipe out worker power. That's what's actually happening. But the facts say that we aren't having any widespread shortage. It's going to last a long time. We had a massive shutdown in the economy. It'll take time to adjust.
Yeah.
You can't turn a ship around overnight. That Titanic tried and kind of collapsed, didn't it? And so it takes a little time to make these changes. It will happen.
It feels like the conversation is very much, folks aren't rushing back to work. And the Republican response is you lower the wages. You know what I mean? People are getting paid too much. And the left-wing response is, no, raise the wages, which you would think would make more sense. And they're saying, the right is saying, no, lower wages and also get rid of any kind of assistance, which has literally kept 10 million people out of poverty in the last year. Doesn't matter. Cut everything, cut unemployment benefits, et cetera. And I think for me, what sucks is you've got the Biden administration being like, yeah, you can get rid of unemployment benefits. We don't need them anymore. We're fine. Yeah, no. That's cool. Because you got, red state after red state, like rolling back these unemployment benefits. Meanwhile, in the blue state of California, let me tell you, it is very backed up. Someone who's trying to get in the system. No. Hey, thanks so much for watching the Bitchuation Room podcast live stream. And while you're here, why don't you just subscribe to this channel? I promise it'll be good.